The Ministerial Conference is the top decision-making body of the World Trade Organization. There have been 9 conferences from 1996 to 2013, usually every 2 years. Ministerial Conferences. First Ministerial Conference. The inaugural Ministerial Conference was held in Singapore in 1996. Its primary purpose was to initiate an international effort among global trading nations to overhaul the structure and mechanisms of the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade while preserving the considerable progress and success achieved by that system since its inception in 1948. Disagreements, largely between developed and developing economies, emerged over 4 issues initiated by this conference. Afterward, these were collectively referred to as the Singapore issues. Second Ministerial Conference was held in Geneva in Switzerland. Third Ministerial Conference. The third conference in Seattle, United States ended in failure, with massive demonstrations and police and National Guard crowd control efforts drawing worldwide attention. Fourth Ministerial Conference. The fourth conference was held in Doha in Persian Gulf nation of Qatar. The Doha Development Round was launched at the conference. The conference also approved the joining of China, which became the 143rd member to join. Fifth Ministerial Conference. The Ministerial Conference was held in Cancun, Mexico, aiming at forging agreement on the Doha Round. An alliance of 22 southern states, the G20, resisted demands from the North for agreements on the so-called Singapore issues, and called for an end to agricultural subsidies within the EU and the US. The talks broke down without progress. Sixth Ministerial Conference. The sixth WTO Conference Ministerial was held in Hong Kong from the 13th of December to the 18th of December 2005. It was considered vital if the 4-year-old Doha Development Agenda negotiations were to move forward sufficiently to conclude the round in 2006. In this meeting, countries agreed to phase out all their agricultural export subsidies by the end of 2013, and terminate any cotton export subsidies by the end of 2006. Further concessions to developing countries included an agreement to introduce duty-free, tariff-free access for goods from the least developed countries, following the Everything But Arms initiative of the European Union, but with up to 3% of tariff lines exempted. Other major issues were left for further negotiation to be completed by the end of 2006. Seventh Ministerial Conference was held the 30th of November to 2nd of December 2009 in Geneva, Switzerland. The general theme for discussion was the WTO, the multilateral trading system and the current global economic environment. Eighth Ministerial Conference was held 15 to 17 December 2011 in Geneva, Switzerland. Membership agreements were made for Russia, Samoa, and Montenegro. Ninth Ministerial Conference was held 3 to 6 December 2013 in Bali, Indonesia. 159 members of World Trade Organization agreed to the Bali package, which eases barriers to international trade. 10th Ministerial Conference was held 15 to 18 December 2015 in Nairobi, Kenya. The completion of Afghanistan and Liberia's accession to the WTO will be on the agenda. Doha Round. The WTO launched the current round of negotiations, the Doha Development Agenda or Doha Round, at the 4th Ministerial Conference in Doha, Qatar in November 2001. The Doha Round was to be an ambitious effort to make globalization more inclusive and help the world's poor, particularly by slashing barriers and subsidies in farming. The initial agenda comprised both further trade liberalization and new rule-making, underpinned by commitments to strengthen substantial assistance to developing countries. The negotiations have been highly contentious and agreement has not been reached, despite the intense negotiations at several ministerial conferences and at other sessions. As of 2008 update, disagreements still continued over several key areas including agriculture subsidies,